Good Thursday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. It is a much quieter night out there tonight compared to what we were dealing with last night. And if you were with us last night, we were doing streams at the top of each hour, extended streams at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. We did our 11 o'clock newscast, and then after that, we streamed for a long time here during those overnight hours. And it was during the overnight hours when we had a tornado warning in parts of Upson County and southern parts of Pike County. And it was a quick tornado warning. It was supposed to be in effect for about 30 minutes or so, but it was only in effect for about 10 minutes before the National Weather Service canceled it. But it was a confirmed EF1 tornado with maximum winds of about 95 miles an hour. Now, the National Weather Service did the survey today. They were able to confirm it and give us just this preliminary information about it being an EF1, again, with those winds of 95 miles an hour. We don't have the path length yet and all of the specifics. They're still compiling all that information together, and they will release the official survey tomorrow on Friday. And then we'll know more about the path and the length of it and some of the impacts there. Of course, we had a story on this earlier today with the trees that were down in some spots and the folks who were impacted by that storm. But it was mainly, as I was tracking this live on air last night, it was mainly in this area near Atwater. This was north of Thomaston in the northern parts of Upson County. And then southern parts of Pike County were in the warning, but the main circulation that we were watching here was near Atwater and on the Upson County side of the county line there, near Day Road and Rose Hill Road, really in this area here. Just north of Hannah's Mill is where we were watching that. So again, we were on with you last night during those late night, early morning hours here. This was around really between 1:15 and 1:30 in the morning when we had that warning, and we went on the air with you last night as we were tracking these storms for you. And again, as I mentioned, today it is much quieter out there. We did have some storms earlier that did prompt some severe thunderstorm warnings, and we've had some reports of damage. We're getting sporadic reports of damage around in some spots here. In fact, let me put on the local storm reports here, and this will show you some of the areas where we had reported damage. Now, this includes the past 24 hours, so this includes some damage from late last night too, but we had some numerous hail reports here around the metro area, trees down and some hail in parts of northeast Georgia, and then mainly this is from the reports of some storms from last night. And here you see the confirmed tornado. In fact, I'll zoom in just a little bit tighter to that. That was early this morning here. Let me get it a little bit tighter. And it's in this area right here, as I mentioned, near Atwater and near those areas of north of Hannah's Mill, where we see that report there. And the Weather Service in this is calling it a likely tornado, but they did in fact confirm an EF1 tornado noted along Atwater Road between Willingham Springs Road and Weems Road. And it corresponds with the TDS, which is a tornadic debris signature that was on radar. That's what prompted the tornado warning last night, and we have evidence of numerous trees that are down and snapped in that area. And we've got some pictures online of that as well in our story at 11alive.com. So it is confirmed EF1 with winds of around 95 miles an hour. That's the storm we were tracking for you last night. Now here's a look today at those storms that came in from the north and east. And you know, these were severe, a line, or not really a line, a cluster of storms that had heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. And we had numerous reports of some large hail, between 1 and 2 inch diameter hail in some of those storms. And it held together pretty well from northeast Georgia, pretty much pushing down just along and north of I-85, and then coming through the west side of Atlanta, moving down in South Fulton County, and then pushing down in this direction, and then falling apart. It finally lost some of its strength here. But that area, that cluster of showers and storms, did have a history of producing some wind and hail and even some damage there left behind. But now everything is much quieter. And as those storms came through the metro area, we saw our temperatures drop from 92 into the 70s. And in the areas that had that rain, it really cooled things off pretty nicely with the rain-cooled air, and that stabilized the atmosphere a little bit with that cooler air, and that's why we're not seeing any additional showers that are developing out there tonight. So yeah, an active night out there, but it is, or active day earlier, but now it is a much quieter night here in our area. And around the southeast, we're really not seeing much else developing out there. We have a few showers and storms down in parts of central and south Georgia. They're not going to make it here. Other showers and storms up in Tennessee and North Alabama, those are pushing over toward the west. And so we're going to have a quiet night tonight and a pretty quiet morning here tomorrow morning as well. Here's a live look at Hartsville Jackson. If you were with us earlier tonight at 6 o'clock, we were talking about the ground stop that was in effect due to some showers and storms that were nearby. But things are much better now. The ground stop is no longer in effect. We don't have any reports of delays at Hartsville Jackson. You can see visibility is looking good. We do have a few clouds around there. Runways and taxiways are dry. And this is a busy time of year. A lot of people are leaving for, July 4th is next Friday, but a lot of folks are taking the whole week off, and even some adding a couple of days on this week. So this is a really busy time at Hartsville Jackson, as a lot of folks are trying to get out of town for that 4th of July holiday week. And here's that view from Arizona Avenue, where we see some sun. The sun has set a little while ago at 8:52, but there's still some light there on the horizon, kind of mixing in with some of those clouds. It's a really pretty night out there. Now, it is not pretty in Gainesville. At least we're thinking that the floodwaters have receded now, but earlier there was so much rain in Gainesville, they had to issue a flash flood warning because of stuff like this, where there was so much rain coming down and a lot of that water collected in some low-lying and flood-prone areas. This was an area near MLK Jr. Boulevard where we saw some of the water there, kind of stranding some cars that were parked. And this is a view in Roswell. This is from Cindy from our 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. And look at this hail that piled up there on the sidewalk here around that planter. This was generally pea-sized to marble-sized hail, but really a lot of it, enough of it to pile up and almost look like snow or sleet all on the ground. But these are ice pellets formed from intense thunderstorms that came down just a little bit earlier. Now, we're seeing some improvements in the severe weather threat. Earlier, we were showing a level 2 threat over much of our area, surrounded by a level 1. But now that everything has calmed down, we don't even see the level 1 risk anymore. This is just that lighter green color indicating just general showers and thunder showers, but we're not even seeing any general showers and thunder showers. There could still be maybe a couple of isolated ones around. And then during the day on Friday, we are showing a level 1 risk over North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. We don't expect anything widespread as far as, thunderstorms or severe weather, but the ones that develop could turn strong. And the main threats would be, again, like the ones we had today, pockets of heavy rain. We could see some hail with some of those storms and some damaging winds with them too. The tornado risk is really on the low end. In fact, this Upson County tornado that happened overnight, we don't get a lot of overnight tornadoes in June, but also just the way that it formed here, these were pulse thunderstorms that developed due to all the heat and humidity. And we normally don't see rotation developing with those, but this was from an outflow boundary that was developing and kind of intersecting with additional winds with that storm that caused just some of that rotation as that system moved on through. Take a look at our high today. We made it up to 92 degrees here this afternoon. Our low this morning was 72. And those temperatures trending a little bit above the average. That low of 72 is 2 degrees above average. The high of 92, 3 degrees above average. We should be at about 89. Now, we just got an update here. We're still showing no rain at Hartsville Jackson, although earlier on our tower cam, we were seeing a little bit of rain that was coming in down there, but nothing officially to measure. So our rainfall deficit still a little bit over 1/3 of an inch above where we should be in rainfall for the year. Even though we've seen some areas picking up a lot of rain, we haven't gotten much at Hartsville Jackson. So some of you are like, wait, we don't need any more rain, but it would be nice to get some in the official rain bucket to kind of help those numbers come up a little bit more. And we do have a chance over the next few days of still seeing some additional showers and thunderstorms developing. And it's just that typical summertime variety of afternoon pop-up showers and storms. So as we finish up the week and go through the weekend and start next week, just be aware pretty much every day between 2 and 10 o'clock, there will be a few scattered showers and thunderstorms around. It's going to be one of those things where you might not see anything at your house, but you call a friend just down the road or the next neighborhood over, and they could be seeing a downpour. It's just that scattered nature of the showers and storms. So keep the rain gear with you. Be prepared for rain at any time. Also, be prepared to, take cover if you've got outdoor events. It's not anything I would cancel, but just being aware of the conditions, keeping an eye on radar. Download the 11 Alive app so you can look at our radar there and see if any storms are developing or coming your way, and that way you can kind of be safe from all of those. Now, as we mentioned, got up to 92 today. The rain came in, cooled us off. We're still holding in the mid 70s at this hour. Really pretty comfortable out there, although we do have some humidity around. And take a look at this over the past 12 hours. There you see those lows in the morning of 72. We got up to 92 in between these hourlies here. And then the rain came, and look what happened to those temperatures. At 6 o'clock, we were 79, 74 at 7, then back up to 78 at 8 after that rain moved out. And now we're back down to 75 as the sun is setting, and we're seeing the night slightly cooler air of the nighttime moving our way. We're going to be down to 72 in the morning, getting up to 92 in the afternoon, and again, watching those afternoon and early evening hours when we can see some of the scattered showers that'll move on through. So here's the forecast track for tonight. You can see nothing going on in our area, and it's going to be dry in the morning. Getting into lunchtime, still dry conditions here. In the afternoon, there we go, just seeing some of those scattered showers popping up, a few thunderstorms possible, and a few of those could have some heavy rain with them too. Going into Saturday morning, dry. Lunchtime still dry, and guess what? In the afternoon on Saturday, some additional scattered showers will develop. But as you can see, not everybody is getting hit at the same time. It's just that scattered nature of those showers and storms. And then on Sunday, we start off dry, but into the afternoon, additional scattered showers will redevelop once again pretty much each and every day. We're talking about a 40% chance for some of those scattered showers moving in. So you'll see that in the 7-day outlook. That 40% chance for showers goes from Friday through Tuesday. And each one of those days will have a lot of dry times in between some of those scattered showers. Also, highs will be in the lower 90s throughout that period. We do see upper 80s moving in for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, I know that's not cold, but at least it's not as hot, and it is closer to the average. And then rain chances coming down to about 30% on Wednesday as well as on Thursday. So thanks for joining us for this extended update here on 11 Alive. Plus, as well as Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have more for you throughout the day tomorrow as we update any of those showers and storms that could be developing later on in the afternoon. Hope you have a great night. And be sure to watch tonight at 11 o'clock for 11 Alive News.